Hey guys, Merry Christmas! I'm going to an event in a couple hours and it's a Christmas event, so I figured I kind of have to get dressed up. So I love the holidays. I think all of you guys do too. So whenever I have a chance to look silly, I want to. This says, Dear Santa, Scentsy, please. Isn't that what we all want? Okay, so this is the time of the month that I send out a reminder that if you haven't been active yet, that you need to be active by the end of the month. And so I usually get a bunch of people responding back to me saying, what does this mean? I don't understand. What do I have to do? What's another one? I thought I was okay. So I thought, wow, there's so many people that don't really understand how it works, which makes me so sad, because how are you supposed to stay a consultant if you don't know how to gauge when you need to place your order? So, which is so understandable, because one, it just changed this past month that we now only have to place an order one time every 4 months, which is 120 days, instead of every 3. So I wanted to jump on and do kind of like a little timeline to give you a visual. I'm a visual person, so hopefully this will help everybody a little bit better. Hi, Julie. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Nicole. And hi, Camelia. Okay, so every 4 months, we are required to place I'm going to do my best to, do this backwards. So I'm going to write this down like this: 4 months. Okay, so, and then 200. Now, the biggest misunderstanding is that most consultants think that they have to place an order of an accumulative amount of PRV of 200 within this 4 months, which is inaccurate. Okay, it has to be one order of 200 PRV, or not one order, one month. Okay, 1 month of 200 PRV to be active. Now, to be active means $200 PRV. Okay, so active equals 200 PRV. Okay, so you're not active until you have 200 PRV, personal retail volume. And so what that means is it sometimes is dollar for dollar. $1 is one PRV point. Hi, Lissa. But we also have licensed products. So now the reason why you don't get dollar for dollar is because of our licensed products. Our licensed products are meaning we have to sell it for a certain amount so we can give a percentage back to that licensed company, or whatever you want to call it, contract that we have with Disney, with the MLB, with the charitable causes we donate back. So if the Disney, let's say buddy is $40, let's say, we only get, I think it's 35 PRV. Don't quote me on how much, because here's the thing, guys. It's so important for you guys to pay attention to what the PRV is, okay? When you're placing your order, it tells you what PRV you're going to get on that order. So it's so important to pay attention to that. It doesn't tell you that if you're placing orders on your website. I'm going to lay that out there right now. So I strongly suggest that you do a mock order in your workstation before you place an order on your website, if you're basically trying to get yourself active and you're placing a random order on your website. So go into the workstation, do a mock order, like just pretend like you're placing an individual order, and put in what you're going to be buying, and it'll tell you how much PRV that will be. Okay. As well as if there's several ways to double check. You could do it that way. You can chat on consultant support and ask them how much the PRV is. I'm sure somebody on here, hey, Melissa, somebody on here will know a different way. I'm sure there's a different way to find out how much PRV we get for the licensed product. Probably, I would say a good thought is in the business references. They probably have how much PRV you get for the licensed products. If you type in like Disney and it'll give you the FAQ, probably pretty sure. I wish I wasn't on Facebook Live. Now, well, I probably could go onto a different page. If somebody else can do that for me because I'm trying to do this, that would be awesome. Otherwise, I will do that in a second. Okay, so let's do this timeline. Let's say you place your order in December. We're in December 2018 right now, sorry, 2018, of $200, okay? PRV. Say somebody placed $50 on your website, and then you went in and placed a $150 order in PRV on your workstation. That adds to 200 in PRV, right? The way to verify that is to go onto your homepage and look at your PRV stats on the left side. It tells you where you're at. Now, obviously, you don't want to wait until the last day of the month to find out where you're at, because if you're $1 off, you will be canceled, unfortunately. And that's not anything your sponsor or myself, your upline, your director, whoever, you know, is in your upline to help you. That's nothing we're able to really do it. We can't do anything about that. Now, do we pull reports sometimes? And if we notice somebody's close, do we do our best to try to let those people know? Sure we do. But if we find out too late and you've already went to sleep because you're 3 hours ahead of us, there's really nothing we could do about it, right? And is it really our responsibility to, you know, be looking at every single person's PRV? No, because we are independent consultants, right? But we do our best to try to help. So the thing is and here's another part is that sometimes things don't update on the last day of the month. So it looks like you're not okay, but you might be okay. You might have put in your order. So I don't want you going and putting in another, you know, $10 or whatever when you already are active. It just hasn't updated. So it's so important to pay attention to this throughout the whole month, not just the last day, because then you're stressing yourself out. Then you're like, am I active? It's just silliness, right? So do your best to try to pay attention to this and get your order in well before, I would say, the end of the month. Now, we're in a special month right now that people are trying to get their orders back before Christmas. So our deadline in the US is December 17th. But here's a tip. If you've never been around for the holiday season yet, we don't want to rely on Scentsy's deadline, because once the products are out of Scentsy's hands, they're in UPS's hands, okay? Now, if something happens with the weather, that's still going to hold them up. It's Scentsy held up their end of the deal and got the orders out in time to be delivered. But if something holds out the orders with UPS, nothing's saying that it's not going to be late. And then you're going to be delivering on Christmas Eve, or somebody's not going to have their order on time. So we don't want to do that. So try to get your orders in this week, like in the next couple days. I would say by Friday, if possible. But if you are dealing with an active situation, you just need to be active, you have until the end of the month, okay? So, which is December 31st. I would also not wait till the 31st because it's New Year's Eve, and I really doubt you're going to want to be placing orders on New Year's Eve. I don't know. I don't know what your plans are. But if you place an order, and I hate to keep referring it to that, I'm so sorry. If you place 200 PRV in your workstation for the month, whether it's accumulative in the 1 month or not, 200 PRV has to be in your workstation by December 31st to be active, okay? Now, moving forward, if you place a 200 PRV in December, you don't have to place an order to be at risk to cancel until January, February, March, the end of April. So you would have to place your order of 200 by the end of this month, right here, PRV. Okay, by the end of April would be your 4th month. If you don't, here's where you would cancel in May. So I hope this gives you a visual of how this all works. Again, it is not accumulative. We can't do, you know, $50 here, $50 here, $50 here, $50 here, and then you're active. That's not the case. It's 1 month of 200 in PRV, okay? Again, also pay attention to your licensed products. If you are, you know, counting on a $40 buddy, that's not $40 in PRV, okay? So this is something all of you, it seems like everybody that's on have team members. So this is something to definitely tag your team with if you don't know if they quite understand, if they're new. It really is, Nicole. I agree 100%. I don't know how people struggle with it, except for the fact that they do it just for themselves. They're not trying to tell people they're a consultant. They're not trying to, you know, build customers. They simply are doing it for their own consumption. That's my only thing that I can see why people would struggle of wondering when their four months is and not, you know, so that's the only way I could see it being kind of an issue of them saying, oh man, four months went by already, is because they're only doing it for them. They're just bulking up on their laundry products, their cleaning products, their Scentsy bars, their, you know, body products, and placing one order of 200 every 4 months, which is smart. Honestly, that's what we call a smart shopper, right? They become a consultant to buy from themselves. They get the free and half off items, and they get the commission to roll back into their next order, which basically essentially gives them that discount. So, but the thing is everybody has people they see every day or every week. The people they work with, their family members, their neighbors. So those are people, whether you're buying for yourself or not, you should at least offer to place an order for them, which will make it not so hard to get to that 200 every 4 months. So that's what I suggest. Again, 200 PRV in 1 month, not accumulative. And if you are active in December, you would not have to be active. That would basically qualify you to be canceled, and you would be on the will cancel list as of April. If if you were not active in January, February, or March, you would be on your sponsor and upline's will cancel list. You will be getting a reminder from me via text and an email from Scentsy. Not everybody checks emails anymore. Sometimes goes to spam because they don't recognize the email address. But you will get a remind text from me that just says 120-day Scentsy deadline, PRV deadline. That is from me. It's not a spam by any means. It's just me making sure you're aware and making sure that you don't get canceled just because you forgot that 4 months flew by. You know, people's lives get busy. If Scentsy isn't on your mind and you don't have customer base that you have to take care of, I could see how 4 months can fly by pretty fast. All right, so I hope this is a visual that helps. It is now 4 months. It is still 200 PRV in 1 month, and 200 equals active PRV. But remember to check your workstation while you're placing the order of how much PRV it will be, as well as check the updates to your workstation. Your homepage tells you where you're at that month. It literally tells you if you have 200 in or not. If it says 200 or more, you are active and you are good, okay? And if you have any other questions, please don't wait to reach out to your sponsor or upline, because we can't help you if we don't know that you're confused or you are struggling. And then unfortunately, if you get canceled and we didn't know that you weren't aware, and you don't respond to my text messages or, Scentsy's emails, then there's no way for anybody to help you. So, all right, guys, I hope that this isn't you, that you're up for cancellation, but if you are, this is how you can make sure that you don't cancel, and you'll be still around for the awesome Bring Back My Bar promotion next month, and 2019 is going to be a great year. So I hope to see everyone still a part of our awesome angels group, and we're all able to grow together with all the new exciting things that are coming ahead of us next year. All right, everybody. Merry Christmas. Bye.